It's been almost 1 year since Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos went in bed with the Glazers. Currently, only 29% of Manchester United as the custodians and footballing operations. In this video, we're going to talk about the overall ownership review. I know for 18 years, we were kicked in the solar plexus in the gut and we are laying down as fans. And the question is now Sir Jim Ratcliffe kicking us in the nuts? Simple as that. You don't really become a millionaire or billionaire with taking unpopular decisions. Still, Sir Jim Ratcliffe wouldn't probably imagine that he will be branded as Scrooge by United fans. Not exactly the PR brand that he was expecting attached to this name and this vanity project. So what we're going to do here, of course, the overall breakdown, what we're going to do the Ineos Sir Jim Ratcliffe 1 year review. Critical because we always said the proof will be in the pudding and we will review it after 1 year. Since this is a sort of end of the year, we are titled to do that as Manchester United fans. And also we will understand why he's doing the cost cutting at the moment. What is the overall plans looking at over the ticketing prices, the January transfer window, the proof will be in the pudding. And of course, at the end of the day, we will come to a conclusion. But in overall, arguably to say the question here, what we have to ask, Glazers took our heart, but the question is Ratcliffe trying to take us soul? Guys, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe. Let's crack on with the show, shall we?
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugouts at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go, people. Welcome back to Mufc RealistTV. This is Mick Ruby. Of course, this is a free content. This is the end of the year review when we're actually reviewing Sir Jim Ratcliffe and everything that's been going on. We're going to talk about the pros and cons. We're going to flip the coin, looking at two sides of the story, as we always do. We are the voice of reasoning, not really creating sensational, but actually factual. So how are you all doing? Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And since this is free content, we do appreciate if you gift membership or if you kind of super chat. At the end of the day, we're going to do a Q&A. So put your question in like with a Q and I will address it at the end of the day. So let's get right into the show, shall we? First and foremost, let's go right into the breakdown. Okay, 1 year in Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Of course, it started very rosy. It started great, sporting directors and all that stuff, and appointing the best in class people. But the debacle later on that unfollowed, showing the true face that this guy is a shrewd businessman. What I said, you don't become a billionaire overnight without taking unpopular decision. You don't invest 2 billion of your own money without expecting a return on investment. And we know also by the financial reports, by the bidding win, that he has 18 months to complete something. So for me, it sounds like he is in a stupid rush to make things happen. At the end of the day, welcome to the channel. How you all doing? Let's dive right into the show. Guys, first and foremost, I did a lengthy tweet today that is the content of the show today. So let's add that to the stage, guys. Let's put it in. I call it Marginal Gains for Fans Pain at MUFC 1 year Man United review so far. We know at it stands currently, he owns 29%. And I kid you not, you think that Glazers are running the show? No, look around. He has total control in running the club, from the commercial, from the operations. All the people that he appointed is run by Ineos. It is like Glazers took a back seat and leased it out for 18 months to sort of outsource it. You run it for us. We will sit in the background. We'll not take any dividends for 18 months, and you see if you can make this profitable. So in order we did that, we appointed the best in class people. That was the rave. That was the hype. Everyone was talking about it. Omar Barada came in, Will Cox came in as well as a technical director. Then we chased Dan Ashford for 5 months. We paid Newcastle the compensation. Then everything seemed to be hunky-dory, went into the transfer market. And you know what happened, right? We came into the FA Cup final under this stewardship. We won against City nobody thought we would win against City. And then there was rumors and report that they say they're going to sack Ten Hag, because one thing that they did was to appoint the best in class people, but not the manager. So they kept Ten Hag as per the strategical review, and lo and behold, that backfired. At the same time, they kind of looked at the finances. They realized that 18 years of Glazers mismanagement, there was no single penny in the coffin. Glazers taking everything out, taking credit cards, loans, overdrafts from Santander Bank, XYZ, over 1 billion in debt already, and having about 500 million in debt to unpaid transfer market. So they came in and tried to finesse this transfer window by doing something called amortization. This new management came in. I applauded. Tick. They would say, we're not going to overpay on the market. We're not going to do like, the old Murtaugh and John Murtaugh and what's his name, Woodwards did. They said like, we are Manchester United. We could do anything on the market. No. So what did we? So we over haggled, like, to push the price down. And as a result, we got two fantastic signings in Matthias de Ligt and Mazraoui for the combined figure of £52 million, which is astute, right? And also we haggled with the PSG for Manuel Ugarte. We beat, Real Madrid for Lenny Euro. So there was some astute signings in there as well, right? But at the end of the day, like, the buck needs to stop somewhere, because where is the money going to come from, right? As a 29% owner, you can't not really pump in your own money. So you got to do it your way, right? So he said, Sir Jim Ratcliffe said, like, you got to be patient. Changes will not happen overnight. And therefore, you looked at the overall shock decision where they came in to say, we're going to sack 250 staff members. Fair enough. There was the appointment of the Glazers, overinflated. And yes, things happen in business. When things are tough, you got to cut down staff. You got to look at cutting custom corners and stuff like that. So, but at the end of the day, one thing that really didn't sit well with fans and myself is that they hired and paid the compensation for Dan Ashworth, right? We know that we chased Newcastle for months and months. We haggled with them. At the end of the day, he was on garden leave. We paid that money to release him, and he came on board. Then at the end of the day, we sacked Ten Hag further down the track, 9 games into the season, and his coaching staff. And this is something that I thought would be, could have been done early in the season. So, we all know what happened anyway. And then after that, we hired Ruben Amorim, which is a tick. This is a, very, very important appointment, because now it's a head coach, and now that is the Ineos man. So the conundrum now what happened is that they sacked Dan Ashworth. This is something that I don't really understand. Why would you hire somebody and chase him and then sack him and don't appoint anything? Well, everything ties into my conclusion at the end of the day. It's all, saving money, cost cutting, right? To delegate his job to, 3 different people. Like currently we have Wilcox doing the technical director role and the sporting director role together with Vel, and also being, overseen by Barada. So for me, that sacking of Dan Ashworth was never what media put out, like Manchester United PR team put out there, that, yeah, he was the one that was slowing decisions down. He was the one that wanted to appoint, British managers, including Southgate. That was just them club briefing it out. But I believe that certainly when you look at what they're doing right now, penny pinching is down to, what do you say, like in football, over inquirement, like, we are overstaffed, we don't need you, we did a miscalculation, so therefore they let him go. Simple as that. That is my belief. But let me know in the comments what you think, right? And at the end of the day, they sacked him, and further down the track, the penny pinching started more. They started to show the true color. The shock came when they actually sacked Sir Alex Ferguson as ambassador role, because he had a salary of 2 million per year, right? Of course, Sir Alex, like, he's the reason why we've been so successful. So, I didn't I didn't mind it, like, in a way, but he doesn't really need that money on this age. But still, right? You don't do that to a legend. And just tell him, like, okay, you can still come here. You will still have your stand. Come here for free. And we can use you still for a prop, for PR, but we will not pay you anymore. So that is bullshit, in my opinion. Horse shit. Right? That was one thing. And then they even tried with the Busby Babes. This is why I'm trying to rip the soul out of the club as well, to go to the Munich air disaster. I mean, those survivors of the family members will always give him free tickets. He tried to take that away as well, but that backfired. So that is already the nickname when he called him Scrooge already. But also the ticketing prices. The ticketing prices is the tipping point as well. They increased the ticketing price on 66 quid. 66 quid without any concession. No kids, no retired, no pensioners. Everyone has to pay 66 quid per ticket, right? Member ticket. And if you are a member and you don't go to the game, they have this silly app that you have to return that ticket back to the club. You cannot just sell it yourself. And they will take that ticket and sell it for double the price for traveling tourists. Shambolic. Right? Let us continue further with the red flags. Christmas came around the corner. They canceled the staff Christmas party. Fair enough. Potentially costed a lot of money, but the one thing that United has always been doing is to create a culture. And to take away the £100 bonus for the staffers, you already demoralized the staff by letting go of 250 staff members. Imagine the morality of the staff is very, very low at the moment, right? People are shit scared. Are we going to keep a job? And plus, you're taking away our Christmas bonus and replaced by a gift voucher, a £40 gift voucher, and probably from a Manchester United sponsor. It was for free sponsor gift voucher. So that didn't cost the club anything, right? The debacle came last week as well, further down to ripping off our soul, the Scrooge, the man that is from Manchester, boyhood fan that holds Chelsea season tickets, cancelled the 40k fund to ex-players. 40k pound. That is nothing. That is a spit in the ocean. That is for players that, played back in the days that where they didn't get high salaries, what we're getting today. Simple as that. They just cancel it. Despicable, right? Without no remorse. That is to take the piss out of it. That is to kick you in the nuts already. Seriously, right? And the question is, the 40k per year, is that going to buy you a new left back? Really? And that tells you that the club are really stint. 40,000 per year taken away. But the story continues even further from Newcastle. That came out the other day that they cancelled the club's own charity. The own charity arm for the Manchester United Foundation worth about £1 million. They're going to scrap it totally. Where is this club heading? That is the big question mark, peeps. But the positive here, what I'm seeing here, is that they're forcing the high wage earners out of the door, the player power. You might be, kid you not, that, media is reporting that, it's Ruben Amorim saying that it's all down to Rashford's performance in training, but I see it differently. If you just back the tape, they tried to get rid of Casemiro, who is on 300k a week, plus Marcus Rashford, that is on 364k a week, Ericsson, and all those high earners. They want to set a precedent to have maximum 150k wage bill per player, right? So this is, for me, more than Ruben Amorim. This is probably coming down from the club as well to force Marcus Rashford out of the club. I don't have any problem, because at the end of the day, he's not worth that money. You should be rewarded for the performance on the pitch, not what you do off the pitch. And if you are aiming to become a rap star, potentially your first single will be called 50 Shots in Belfast, or I Missed the Bus to Training. If you know, you know. So that is a good point, what we are trying to see. But to get these players out of the door, we've been trying to do that for ages. It's not easy. But with Ruben Amorim coming in here, calling the shots, being backed by Ineos, I see that as a major, major positive. So I do understand what is going on, But another conundrum is where we are looking at to, generate the money is to the plan to sell half of the academy players for pure profit. Because why? It's FFP, pure profit, homegrown talents, right? In the past with John Murtagh, we sold these academy players for peanuts and we loaned them up. We're talking about £1 million we sold players. Well, we should look at Cole Palmer from City that never kicked the first team game for City, went for almost £14 million to Chelsea. This is an example in that case that I would like to do. We're also seeing that they're being astute in the transfer market by getting rid of players like Alvaro Fernandez, just to put in a buyback clause with the selling clause as well. So this is something that I think that will do as well for these academy players. Because let's face it, not everyone's going to make it into the first team. So what's the point of loaning them out? So in a way, yes, I agree. We can sell them for a profit, and that will generate the money that Ruben Amorim needs, right? So anyway, how are you all doing? Bear with me. I'm just going to walk through this overall long tweet and report that I did today. So in a way, where are we at? We were promised a new stadium. Sir Jim Ratcliffe promised us the Manchester, the Wembley of the North, 100,000 seater stadium. We've seen like the mayor be involved with that. We saw that Gary Neville is involved with that. But by the way, Gary Neville should shut fuck up because he never speaks about anything. He's a paid puppet as well because he's also profiting and making a lot of money on the land banks anyway. So that's my opinion and my opinion alone. But now we are looking for sponsorships, asking the government to sponsor to build the stadium. We are talking to Jeff Bezos for Amazon to build the stadium to finance this, and also Elon Musk, and this is something not new. Why? Because the Glazers in the Tampa Bay, they did the same thing. They were threatening to leave Tampa Bay if the council didn't go in and sponsor that stadium. So he ain't going to pump in his money on his own to build the stadium. Something that me and Bilal Yogi talked about. If he pumps in on his own money, something called, what do you call it? Equity something. I don't know. I forgot. But nah. In Jellings, there's nothing about the stadium as of yet, But the final straw as well, guys. The final straw for me is the latest report. To avoid to get points deduction or FFP, we are so close to be done by PSR and FFP. They announced a match in Malaysia tour at the end of the season, which will generate about £10 million. This tells you the story, how broke we are and how we are scraping the barrel. I did a video and I called it out, like even before Christmas. I was the first one to say, what a Scrooge. And 3 weeks earlier, I did a video called Rest in Peace Manchester United. We're heading towards bankruptcy. And people were giving me a lot of stick. But now people are catching up. The reality is there. There is no money. And how are we going to navigate in the transfer window? Do you really think that he will navigate? Do you think that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos will find money to back Ruben Amorim that apparently are suffering? His 3-4-3 system is to play with wingers, right? That is the heart and soul of the foundation of his system. But right now, we don't have proper wing backs. We don't. We have traditional defending, backs, left backs, right backs. We have an injury-prone Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia. We've been crying out for 18 months to have a left back. So this has to go down as the number one priority signing. We're going to talk about the transfers later on if there is money for Ruben Amorim to be spent in January. So the question is here. At the moment, at this rate, Ruben Amorim is flying an aeroplane without wings. So of course we are nosediving. Yeah. Normally when you go out and replace a manager, you replace a manager for the similar style of play that the previous manager did play. Take an example, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. He played a 3-4-3. What happened? Klopp left. They recruited Arne Slot that plays the same style of play. And all he had to do is to come in, do some tweaks, press play, and off they go. But no, in the 3/4 of the season, Ineos also decided to go for Ruben Amorim, and I applaud that. But to change style of play totally and identity, because we didn't have one. So we changed to the 3-4-3 system. And of course, we are now under Ruben Amorim calling these players out that needs to go, that cannot fit the style of play. These players go back 5 managers collectively that all had their own style of play, right? So we recruited in Diego Dalot because we needed a defensive, right back. We also recruited in, what's his name? Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We needed defense. We recruited in Bruno Fernandes because we wanted to play attacking counter football, right? But now everything has changed. And then under Erik ten Hag, he didn't even know what he wanted to do. So he just, took everything that, was familiar to him from Ajax, right? And also the club gave us an injury-prone Mason Mount, who apparently was supposed to be a pressing machine, but they can't last. So you can understand the conundrum that we are in. So if you look at our current squad at the moment, and we are playing Newcastle today, I'm shitting my pants. This squad ain't good. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos need to open the wallet now in January, because we said the proof will be in the pudding. 100%. So SOS, in my opinion, as a conclusion, is this marginal gains and best in class, Sir Jim, right? We're sitting 14th in the league at the moment, 8 points from relegation. Is this marginal gains what Sir Brailsford came in and did? Didn't work. Best in class what? 14th in the league. Taking 40,000 quid from a fund. Is that going to buy us a left back? Right? So this is what's going to happen, right? We know what's coming next year, guys. We know what's coming next. Next season, you will see, most likely, the ticketing price even double up. This is basically going to sort of fizz out all the local working class match-going fans, season ticket holders, and the price will rise to the double. I can see that coming, right? The stadium will be replaced with traveling tourist fans who will buy the full package, meaning they will buy the full package ticket. If they are selling it for 66, they will probably buy it for 120 plus. They will probably sell a package of 200 for a tourist museum tour around Old Trafford. Basically, this will lose our soul. Will rip up our soul. So I say again, if Glazers took our heart, is Ratcliffe taking our soul? Because the heart and soul is the match-going fan. Seriously. If you go at Manchester City, you have traveling fans, you have fake fans, you have Chelsea fans converted over to City fans, or whenever City is playing in the Champions League, there are tourists coming, buying the shirt, and you can hardly hear the crowd sing. The synergy of the Stretford end, the synergy of the match-going fans, the songs, everything will disappear for tourists, match-going fans, right? They will gladly fill those seats because they know they're going to fill the seats. The normal working people that goes to the stadium week in and week out, the match-going traveling fans that goes there week in and week out, were not able to be afford anymore. With the current financial situation, what the club is in creating, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, shame on you. Shame on you if this is going to happen. Is this the consequences for Glazers not getting the Super League? Or is this your way to sort of generate more funds? And by the way, if we get that 100,000 seater stadium and everyone is paying that price, imagine the profits you're going to generate. Everyone will be happy, including the sponsors. Right. So why are they doing this? Why? Ask yourself the question, why? This is the overall breakdown. So this is the cut cost, according to my opinion, according to the FFP. This is reported by Main Glazers, right? And Fabrizio Romano. Clearly, it's out there. Over 2025 and 2026, financial fair play is going to be a really important topic for Manchester United. Generating revenue from players' sales will be very important for the club, according to Fabrizio Romano. So this kind of tells you, guys, that we are broke. Again, I reported about the academy players being sold for pure profit and FFP. But we are so close to breaching that FFP that we even have to go to Malaysia to generate 10 million in order not to get points deduction and be covered, right? Plus everything that's been going on, what we covered in this video before, like, you know. But however, there is a way. There is a way to avoid this to happen. There is definitely a way. My solution is, if you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, went to bed with Joel and Avram, surely you're buddies, right? There's a way you can avoid all these cut costs, right? My strongest recommendation as a Manchester United fan is, since you're in bed with the Glazers, buddy, Joel and Avram, please pick up the phone, tell them to get the fuck over to Manchester, bring the checkbook, and please return over the 800 million that they took over out of the club. That is money that belongs to the club that they've taken out. And if they put that money back into the club, I don't care how, just put it back in, because technically and legally they can do that because they're the majority of the shareholders. They took the money out, created a debt, so therefore they can plug back the hole by putting it back. That will solve Manchester United's problems, but I don't think they will do that. That is now. So Bracewell called it marginal gains, but I call it, my solution, as super marginal gains, instead of us normal fans going through your suggested pain. So it's a bittersweet pill to swallow. I know it's too early to judge, but something that started well in the summer turned to sour cream at the end of the day. Best in class can give you what, 15th? 40,000 pounds taking away from the place fund will buy your left back. In my ass, right? I know there's a long vision terminology and plan to go for them. I know, certainly is. And that's why we say, are we ready to take a short-term pain for long-term gain? Are you? Big question mark. I'm asking you the question because sometimes you can't see the forest from the tree, but the facts are there, right? Seriously. Now, I do understand when business is bad, you have to take drastic measures. Like I said, you know, you don't become a millionaire or billionaire without making unpopular decision. But in this instant, you pissed off the wrong fans. Entire fan base has turned. Seriously. That's why you've been branded Scrooge. So the whole PR has backfired. And the only thing that you can save face, Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is that you open up your wallet, because the transfer window is about to open in 24 hours. In 24 hours. Make sure you spend. And if you do, hopefully the fans will be on your side, because we know what we need. We need a left wing back. We need a right wing back. We need a midfielder, and we need a striker. Anyway, I want to hear from your thoughts and feelings, guys. There's so many of you tuned in. Forgot to sort of shout you out. But anyway, big up for everyone. I see Stephanie Griffith in the house. Guys, please do not forget to smash that like button. It is the end of the year after all, right? How you feel as a Manchester United fan? You know, are you genuinely enjoying watching our brand or style of football? Or are you being patient to see what Ruben Amorim will cook? At the end of the day, I do understand that in order to make an omelette, you need to crack a few eggs. But the question is, will we get bacon in January with that on the plate? So big up Ellie and Tenno. We will need to be relegated. Peter, I don't think that the Glazers will sell even if we do get relegated, because it's a massive investment. They will just sit there and wait, as but they usually do, like leeches. They would just hope that we will get back into the Premier League again and secure the investment. But even if they get relegated, it is a fantasy that they will sell up. Of course, the value will drop and everything, but yeah, I don't think they will sell, right? And what I said earlier, like, you know, the only way I see that, you know, if they make ends meet, if they put back the 800 million that they took out of the club, or after 18 months, according to my opinion, they can go back to tender, and it looks like potentially Ineos can acquire majority of the Class B shares and do a hostile takeover. Dino, what you saying here? Mr. Hughes, the players we bought are counter-attacking, but that's not how Amarin plays. 100%. Amarin needs time. He hasn't had that, he hasn't had that time in the window yet. No, 100%. So it is kind of like having a pre-season, like in the middle of the Premier League season. He said it like, I hardly had time. Like I have 5 training sessions, and how do you implement? And how do you bed in like youngsters? You don't. Seriously, you don't. We got BB, what you saying here? I'm going to try to go over every one of your comments. BB, Ineos Ratcliffe are not rich assets. We dream Qatar will come back at the greedy Glazers, still up to them. We missed that boat, man. Ineos are asset rich, not cash rich. And by the way, it's Trawlers Limited, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's private fund, the borders. But there is a way, potentially, if Ineos are selling Nice. You can just see how they're running Nice and the remaining of the sports clubs. Not so good. But if they sell Nice and pump all the money into Manchester United, that's possible, right? Really. One can only hope and dream. But we've been living on a prey for 18 months. Like what I said, we're already lying on the ground by being punched by Mike Tyson, the Glazers in the solar plexus. And now we are lying already, and Ratcliffe comes and kicks us in the nuts. Fuck you. Seriously. Yo, Box, how you doing? Jack Reacher, Amarin must set up the team to play against 12. Can't be done, 100%. Box, Qatar will buy us Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, and win us 10 Europa Cups. No, listen, at the end of the day, I'm done with this player power, big names, right? But at the same time, if I look at the recruitment strategy, I don't feel any confidence that we are trying to win the league anytime sooner. As what Omar Barada said, the aim is to win the Premier League by 2028. And you can see in the recruitment strategy, we are just going for youngsters, right? And it's going to take time for them to bed in. And if you look at the firing line currently, Rasmus Højlund is young. We have Xerxes. We have a young Ahmad. We have a young Garnacho. And we are not having the experienced striker that we need. We need that cherry on the top. We need senior players as well. You can I do understand that you want to recruit under 25 and under for longevity. But you have to have a mixed transfer window policy that you also recruit in leaders and experience together with youngsters. Man United used to go out and buy the best players for each position under Sir Alex. But now with this cash flow situation, let's go buy players for 6 million. Let's see. But that ain't going to win us the league. Alien Tanner, you agree what you're saying? $100 a ticket next season incoming. Mate, do you see where this is going? This is ripping the soul out of Man United. Alien Tanner, you're a match-going fan. You tell me. You guys come there, you sing the songs, you know the chants. You're going to be replaced by tourists coming in. There's no synergy, right? You're going to sit and clap. Reds, what you saying here? Is this the plan to get relegated to buy 100% outright on the cheap? Fuck knows, man. Right? If they do, somebody might come in, Jeff Bezos, Qatar, whatever, just to come in and say, well, we'll buy the rest of your $33 per share, Class B shares, right? Well, Box, Mick, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're just as much as a fan, as much going fan. You're working class, been a fan all your life. Yeah, man, listen, I used to be a match going fan, but I moved over to this part of the world. I used to be a traveling fan as well. But buddy, when you're living in Southeast Asia, where are now, just imagine watching the game tonight, 3 a.m. in the morning. I never miss a game. Right? I'm not doing my disservice, no matter thick and thin, I always support the team no matter what. I always watch my team no matter what, if we're doing shit. And I'm suffering. The only thing that I'm doing myself for this disadvantaged service, what you're saying is, suffering after this loss, right? We dream the same dream. We want the same thing. We want us to win and play good football. But when we're not getting that, that's a disservice, mate, in my opinion. Right? Super League incoming. Mates, you told me so. Potentially, right? What Dino is saying here, Ineos cutting a 40k a week, then Rashford sat home with 325k a week. It's actually 365k a week. And by the way, the one that called it out was Andy Mitten. Andy Mitten called him out even yesterday in that damning video to say that Rashford, according to everyone, the manager that he spoke to had problems. Why would Mitten come out and say something like that unless he knew something was happening, unless he knew that Rashford was on the out, right? There's two journalists that really respect that are Man United fans. They're Henry Winter, 100%, and Andy Mitten. So big up for Mitten for calling it out, right? This bullshit needs to be called out. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is acting like a rat. Yeah, speaking about rats, there was even reports saying that Old Trafford is mice infested. I said, no, it's not mice infested. It's a rat, parenthesis, cliff infested. Right. Anyway, big up. So, guys, at the end of the day, we're going to go over to, thanks for Welsh Girls coming in with your comment as well. If only Qatar agrees something Ineos have done, but penny pinching makes us look so petty. Yeah. Money can be taken up for club for years. We are a disgrace. Listen, money, penny pinching from fans. Why would you do that? If it wasn't for fans, there would not be a club. There would not be revenues. Why punish the fans to say, listen, we fucked up, but now we're going to punish you, increasing the ticketing prices. Man, I'm pissed off, right? You got a point, Welsh girl. So where's this going to end up? Like, with Alien Tenor, like, all Matchcoin fans that I keep in touch with today, and, Nuruddin, by the way, and it's been calling out for ages. And he was right. He is right. It's going to end up being tourist fans, like, buying 100 quid a ticket and getting this museum tour package, which means that normal working class people cannot afford it. How are you going to take your family, your grandfather, your child? And if everyone has to pay £66 per ticket, unbelievable. That's penny pinching. Big up Jay Patel. What you saying here? The heart and soul was ripped out a long time ago. The rat investor. I don't be surprised to see him take money in the form of management fees. 100%. Big up Paul S as well, all the way from USA. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the definition of penny wise and pound foolish. 100%. Look, I've been thinking about it and do understand from a business perspective. When you walk in and you've done your strategic review, when you looked over all finances, and there's so little you can do, right, to save things. And I do understand why you're cutting costs, right? Cutting corners, everything. I do. But where's the money coming from in the January window when we maxed out all the credit facilities? We own about $500 million in unpaid money to different clubs for transfer still. I just don't know. And as I said, the only legal way we can get rid of the debt if the Glazers put back the money that they took out of the club, which I don't think they never will do. True? Big up Paul as well. Big up Alien Tenno. Alien Tenno saying, this is your last season going to Old Trafford. I'm done with this circus. In fact, I'm going 2 more games and that's it. That's your call, Peter. I just understand you. I do understand you, mate. You know what? Why would you pay such a money to see us sitting 17th in the league, right? Why would you pay? Why would you travel? You travel in fan as well, Pete. To see us playing that shit. To see the place down tooling. No way, man. If you're going to pay 100 quid per ticket for this shit football, it's not worth it. I agree. Big up, big up, Fred the Red. We need the Pied Piper to get the right out, 100%. Boop, 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 and the rest will follow, 100%. Heart and soul is the same thing, is it? Is it? The soul is more of the energy, isn't it? The heart is the engine, the ticks. The soul is the energy, the vibe, 100%. 100% it is, in my opinion. I'm trying to shout everyone out and see. Listen, we all had the same dream, right? We thought, like, Sir Jim Ratcliffe would come in and be the savior, right? I was Qatarian all the way because it was the overall package what was offered to clear the debt and everything, start fresh slate, like, but we got what you wish for. And I want to say, you don't become a billionaire overnight, or you're not a shrewd billionaire or businessman like Ineos. They take shrewd business decisions, like, no wonder you're being called Scrooge. It's been a lot of PR so far, but we just want to see deliverance on the pitch. So the proof will be in the pudding, like, in the transfer window. Greetings for you as a Geeks United. How you doing, mate? Hope you're all doing well. And tell me how you're going to celebrate your New Year's as well. Like, and then what do you think? We're playing a game today as well. Listen, at the end of the day, let's go over the transfer stuff as well a little bit. So let me just put this to the stage, right? January transfer window, in my opinion, all right? Well, there was a report saying, even for Fabrizio Romano, to say that we all know what we are missing, right? Reports were saying that Manchester United are fairly confident to sign a left back early in the January window, right? This club was given, like, a demand from Amarin to say, you have 2 weeks from the window open to deliver me a left back. Seriously, like, Deloy is not good enough. He's a right footer. Malacia is not the answer. Luke Shaw is injured. We don't have anyone. We're looking to loan out instead of giving him a chance. Harry Amos. Bravo. So Man United are looking, they have interest in Milos Kerkez, apparently. Keep your eyes on Milos Kerkez, according to Fabrizio Romano. PSG's, of course, Nuno Mendes, which was reported we have made the first bid. Alvaro Carreras Fernandez, a player that we should never released, right? But we're looking at the cheap. We have a buyback clause on Fernandez for 15 to 16 million. I would do that deal, right? I would do that deal. Ruben Amorim has said to recruitment team that staff, you have 2 weeks, 100%. Will this happen? Will this happen? Box is saying you avoid Nuno Mendes' hamstring injuries last 2 seasons, reported leaving PSG because not satisfied with the wages proposed. He's getting paid £25,000 per week, apparently. And his hamstring injuries seems to be okay. He's still young. Apparently, he's not really being played because the manager of PSG doesn't want to play. He wants to play more defensively style, left wing backs, and he's more of expansive left wing backs. So, of course, they are stalling it because the PSG management team told them, well, we're not going to increase your salary. So they basically, his agent said, well, I'm sorry, we're not going to extend another 18 months. And the PSG thinks that this is a game to play. But at the end of the day, I will tell you what I believe will happen there. Big up Roddy as well. Big up everyone. Top Gun saying Kerkez ain't happening in January. Bournemouth pushing for European spots. No. The most feasible thing is the buyback for Fernandez. Feasible. It's cheap. The kid knows already Man United. He's doing fantastically well in Benfica and Champions League. So, yeah. Nuno Mendes, 18 months left on his contract and below 60 mil. What you're saying here as well. What would be the price? What were they asking for? I don't know. And also, good shout out, Paul. And I've been saying that. We have a goalkeeper on loan. Bring him back. Radek Vitek. We saw him in pre-season. We need a new goalkeeper. Basically, Onana was a signing from Ten Hag. And I always say, what's the point of letting De Gea go? The best shot stopper. Okay, he wasn't playing with his feet, but what is the purpose of a goalkeeper? What is? Question mark. Is it to stop the ball from going in the net? Or is it to play it with your feet and play it from the back? For me, a goalkeeper should save shots, save the goal. This playing out from the back, ball-playing goalkeeper is overrated, in my opinion, right? Cool. Utilized as a, fourth centre-back. Man, it's costing a points in games. Yeah. Dino is saying reports PSG 158 mil. 58 mil for Nuno Mendes. They will never get that, man. We know what they did against us, Ugarte, right? Ugarte was another player that they didn't want to use. Yeah? We are in for Leeds goalkeeper. Yeah. Should we just get back Weghorst? Come on. Guys, get a grip. Anyway, moving on. In the January transfer window, I do see Man United as... I don't see them spending. I'm a realist. I look at the finances. I see what they're penny pinching. And this is telling me, according to the reports, that we're also looking to not breach the FFP. We're so close. We're actually going on a 10 million tour in Malaysia, end of season, just to bring in 10 million, right? So where's this money coming from? We sucked Ten Hag. We paid out his entourage and everything. Boom, bam, bush. We bought in, Amorim. We paid Amorim sporting fee. Brought in his coaches as well. This is the money that could have gone for the transfer window. So now we're scraping the barrel. I do not see Man United spending at all. It depends on sales of Rashford, Casemiro, Eriksen, and a few academy players, right? It's going to be difficult to get rid of Rashford. And it begs the question, will Rashford start today? Will he? He's been left out 3 games in a row. Will he start today just because the transfer window opening in 48 hours? Will he play him just to sort of pimp him out? Potentially will do. But nah, really. We're looking at the championship for players. What the fuck, what Fred is saying. Dino, huge, I think a few loans will happen, not transfers. Exactly. So, according to Nuno Mendes, what you guys are saying, that they want 50 million, 58 million euros for him. I can see that United are trying to do the following solution. I think he's one to watch. He's definitely on the list together with others, but according to the Platigo. But I see this loan happening. I see a loan deal with an option to buy in the summer. This is the way we are probably going to maneuver, right? We're going to look for free agents, loan market. This is the January window, right? You don't go in and buy players. You go in and loan players, right? We're looking at potentially the Dani Olmo situation. He can become a free agent if Barcelona is not registering before tomorrow, right? There's a clause in his contract that he can go for free, right? That's it, right? So, who is out there for loan, right? Alphonso Davies, free agent. January can speak to the clubs. I don't know, man. You guys are saying, Giggs United, Onana should be sold this transfer window too. I'm not a fan of ball-playing goalkeepers. Should never get rid of De Gea ever. 100%, Luhmann, what you're saying, there's always a way out. Chelsea dodged the rules by giving long-term contracts to players. Ratcliffe is a bit Brit, so he will be given exemption. Mate, is that a ban now? Are we allowed to do that anymore? I mean, Chelsea found a way by selling all the assets, the hotel assets and stuff like that. So anyway, it was a risk. High risk. And look what they're doing now. They have an overinflated squad. They got in Enzo Maresca and they're cooking right now. So in conclusion, peeps, in conclusion, let me see what Top Gun is saying here. I love that name, Top Gun, Maverick and Goose. Alvaro is the answer. Cheapest option available here is good. Only United Ego stands in the way because they won't look like they made a mistake with him. Well, it all depends on. They made a mistake because Ten Hag was told by the medical staff that yeah, you can let him go. They also got rid of what's his name, Regulon as well as Aloni, because he was told that yeah, you will get Luke Shaw back and you will get Malacia back. But you know what happened? We've been out with a left back for fucking 18 months, mate. And of course, back then there was Ten Hag that sort of told his agent that you're a surplus for requirements, off they go. But now when Ten Hag is no longer there, so of course, why not? But what would you come to this 18-place team when you're placed in Champions League right now with Benfica? Is Rashford left out again? I don't know, Roddy. Easy. Is it left out? I don't know. It will be interesting to see anyway. Guys, so in conclusion, in my conclusion here, I do not see Man United spending at all this summer because based on the finances. Prove me wrong, right? It all depends on the sales of Rashford, right? Who's going to take him? Who's going to take Rashford? Barcelona, they're stint. They don't have the money. PSG potentially, with a potentially a make-way swap deal. We get Nuno Mendes, right? Because they don't need Nuno Mendes. They've always been sniffing on Rashford. We offer them Rashford, plus they give us Nuno Mendes. What do you think about that solution? It means that we don't pay anything. Potentially a like-for-like valuation. If they think Nuno Mendes is worth, what, £58 million, potentially we say, well, okay, Rashford is worth £60 million. Let's do a like-for-like. What do you reckon? Could that be a possibility? Potentially. We don't know as of yet, but at the end of the day, the proof will be in the pudding, We need to get rid of Casemiro, 300k a week, Rashford, 365k a week, Eriksen, dead wood, dead rubber, not being used, plus other players. And if you manage to get rid of that, you free up the wage bill like never before, right? So, in conclusion, United will have to crack a few eggs to make this omelette. But the question is, will it come with bacon? Will it come with bacon? Rashford to West Ham? No way. What are you saying here? Geeks United say, we have the money, Mick. It's Ineos that don't want to spend big money. I think they're afraid of spending the money because of the FFP and PSR. They don't want to have points deduction, If we go back to this slide, I'm just going to go back to slide number 2. Right. This slide tells you all, was tweeted by Fabrizio Romano, that in 2025 and 26, financial fair play is going to be a really important topic for Man United. Generating revenue from player sales is very important. So sell to buy again. Sell to buy. Guys, it is what it is, right? I'm not enjoying being a Man United fan at the moment. I'm not enjoying... God, I'm shitting my pants over Newcastle tonight. I know we're playing home, but guys, let me know in the thoughts, in the comments. Do you reckon we get spanked, or do you reckon we will do the unthinkable to turn up and beat Newcastle? Newcastle are on form at the moment. Let me know in the comments, right? I think in terms of who will start, shit. We don't have Bruno. We don't have Ugarte. And their midfield against our midfield is shitting my pants with, Bruno Guimaraes and that, Jesus Christ. Alexander Isak running at Harry Maguire. Jesus Christ. Shitting my pants already. But I believe that Slabby will play in the back. Don't know really what's going on with De Ligt. I think Martinez will start. I think that Mazarawi will play at the right-sided wing-back and have Lenny Ure on the bench. In terms of midfield, what do we have for options? Kobe Mainoo together with Casemiro. Potentially, there's experience and youth. Or go with Toby Collier, right? But in terms of, he's going to play wing-backs. I give Anthony Dos Santos a right wing-back position. I play still Amad Diallo, as in, right side number 10, together with Eriksen on top. Those two. We need to create a spot, but yet Eriksen don't have the legs, right? Will Garnacho start as well? We don't know. It's going to be very interesting, man. It's going to be very interesting. Roddy is saying, I don't see us winning tonight. I've been watching a lot of fan content as well, and a lot of people are saying they're not feeling confident at all. Right? Watching Flex, I was watching Sam People's TV. They all feel like, oh shit, I don't feel confident. Alice as well, like shit, you know what I mean? And it's not a good feeling. Like I want to end this year on a high. I want to end up with a win, right? I do. So in terms of, I don't want to jinx it, right? But there's always a possibility that we go in with a 2-1 win tonight, right? A scrapey win, like, and slabhead to slab in the 2-1 victory goal in the corner. But let us not concede another corner, please. Let us not do that. Yeah, Lumen, I've always been positive before, but it's very hard at the moment, right? Aren't you confident with Amorim? Yeah, I am confident with Amorim, but I'm just not confident with the squad at the moment, right? I'm confident with Amorim's system and everything, but I'm not confident about the players. They don't have the IQ to follow. We don't have runners, we don't have runners to the third man run and stuff like that. We look clueless when we're attacking, right? Defensively, okay, midfield can be okay, but it's just attacking line, right? So we will see, man. That's why I'm not feeling confident about these players, And the antenna believes that Newcastle will trash us. Listen, we need the fighting spirit tonight. So I'm going to instill a little bit of fighting spirit. I believe. So if I'm going to go with this positive score prediction, guys, I'm going to go with 2-1 to Man United. That is my score prediction. Come what may. Win, lose, draw. We always hear, guys. But a lot of you guys saying we're going to get smashed. And by the way, in the FA Cup, we also believed that we were going to smash against City. Well, guess what happened? We won. And hopefully, we're playing home turf. So whoever is going to the match, paying 66 quid, make your voices heard. 59 likes according to Stephanie Griffith. Guys, I'm asking for one simple favor, Smash the like. That is the only currency we take on this channel. If we can get over to 100 likes, that'd be fantastic. 200 likes, I would love you even more, guys. So Fred the Red is saying we're losing 4-1. No, Fred, we're not going to lose 4-1. Not going to happen. Not on my watch. No way. But if you are watching in retrospective, you know what to do, guys. I can only ask you for one big favor. You know what I mean? And that's about it. We've been live 57 minutes. To summarize things, we went over the season review. If you're watching this in retrospect, let me know what you think. Are you happy with the Glazers ownership together with Ratcliffe? Do you think that they've been doing a great job? Smash a 1. If so, smash a 2. If no. I think it's sort of a mixed bag of everything. I am sort of happy with the new structure, but I think that the overhype of the best in class is not really best in class, right? I think that, yeah, we have to crack a few omelets to make an egg. But I do want to have bacon with my omelets. So yeah, we always said in this channel, the proof will be in the pudding. So the January window is up to you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, to open up your wallet. We had Glazers ripping up our heart, and we fans don't want you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, to take us soul, right? The ticketing prices is a disgrace. What you're doing now is cutting costs corners. It's also a disgrace, but I understand for the greater good. What you say, guys, like, long-term, short-term pain for long-term gain, but what is the plan, please? If you can only come out and communicate clearly to us fans so we can understand, be all on board, then it'd be much, much easier, right? But at the moment, watching us this season has been very hard, and watching us 14th in the league, well, even if we lose today, we'll still be 14th in the league, but, the top 4 will run away, and the Champions League money is absolutely needed for the club as well. Jack Reacher is saying here, positive thoughts, 1-0. What you're saying here, 1-0, but a sensible add-on, I think, 3-0 to Newcastle. Come on, United. Box, what you're saying here, Savio first goal in 6 months. It's a miracle, 100%. Jack Reacher, must win, 3-2 win. Now we got some positivity. Best in shite. And not class. A7. Big up anyway. 50 likes. Yeah. Right, so guys, that's about it for this season review. I don't like to call it season review. I know the transfer window is opening up in 48 hours, and I want us to invest. I don't see us having the money, but I want to see us at least getting reinforcement. The most important thing, at least give us a left wing back, please. That is what we're missing, right? I don't want to see, like, Digger Deloy running there, clueless, can't even put a cross in. We need a specialist. And as a matter of fact, we need 2 wing backs. We need one on the right and one on the left. What's going to happen if we get an injury? God damn it. So that's what I want, right? JJ, what you say? United will win. Big up, JJ. How you doing? How you doing? I give it Ineos 2 transfer windows before you're calling the shot, to prove me wrong. Yeah, true, But what we do here is to call it out, like, for the factual, what we've seen so far. And, that's the only thing we can do as fans, to voice our opinions. But under no shape or form do we have the power. We don't hold the key KPIs, the key performance indexes. We're not the sporting director. We're not the recruitment director, but we are the consumers of the game. Without us fans, there will not be any Man United. But if you continue this way, rest in peace. We will see. Glory, glory, Man United. Love United. Hate the Glazers, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you later on. I don't think we will do watch along. We will see. It's going to be a 3 a.m. morning for me where I am. Going to be absolutely knackered. So potentially we'll do a watch along. It will be Poppy and Mark. In that case, they will do the watch along. But thank you all for all your love and support this year. It hasn't been easy for me either. I used to do a lot of streaming, and I do apologize if I do less streaming. But yeah, it's been having a lot of things personally. It's just behind my own personal life, and also suffering from anxiety and burnout. So I had to take it a little bit slow anyway. So just be patient with me. I'll be back and do more content. And so happy for Jarvis as well. Jarvis is still with us, but he started his own Tactical Devils. Go check him out as well. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So we're still collaborating. We're still doing the thing. You know what? So big up for all of you guys. Cheers, Mick and the team. Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year. If we don't speak to you later, thank you for all your love and support, everything that you've done for this channel. And keep coming, keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep smashing the like button. You know what? Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm signing out for this end of the year, and hopefully we'll see you for the watch along. Thank you for watching. Glory, glory, Man United. Love United. Hate the Glazers. Ratcliffe out as well. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.